the fuck? Okay. Dude. Unreal.
Oh, I've returned. Sorry it took so long.
Jesus, where were you?
I went and took a shit, and then I brought my plate upstairs, and then I saw food left over from our dinner, so I had some food standing there, and then I ate a piece of pumpkin pie, and then I also am now eating a piece of apple pie.
Cool.
I went on a mission.
I'm trying to figure out why my internet blows asshole.
Very fair. I hope that it's figured out for you.
Me too.
So let's go ahead and jump into lesson 1. Now, the important thing about Wireshark when you're starting to look at a trace file with it is the setup. Now, albeit when you're looking at Wireshark at the start, it's a daunting thing to look at, especially when you're first getting going with using the analyzer. So I want to show you a few things, a few tricks that you can use to get a bit more comfort with it. Now, as you can see here on my copy of Wireshark, this is the default profile. Now, that's the first thing you want to learn about setting up Wireshark. If you look at the lower right-hand corner, you can see which profile you're using. But what's a profile? Well, a profile is basically a set of configurations or settings. Think about it this way. If I go out to my car, I'm 6'2". I want a certain setup for my seat, and I want my steering wheel in a certain place, and the rear view mirrors, and a lot of cars have the ability to just touch a button and everything goes to me. Well, my wife goes out there and she's 5'1", so she can't just jump in the same kind of settings that I like to use when I drive. So she's got another setting button, and when she hits that button, it all adjusts just to her. Now, in a similar way with the profiles within Wireshark, if I'm troubleshooting TCP, I might want a certain set of columns and coloring rules and filters just for that protocol. Or maybe I'm looking at voice over IP or TLS or QUIC. Now, I'm going to want different things depending on the protocol I'm looking at. And that's exactly what profiles allow you to do. To save filter buttons, coloring, even dissectors. I don't always need every single Wireshark dissector for every profile. So one of the first things I want to teach you with the Wireshark Analyzer is going down, and let's go ahead and go to the right-hand part of the screen. We're going to right-click this. Now, if you're on default, that's fine. Everything that you do and change will be saved to that profile. But let's go ahead and create a new profile. And as you can see, there's several in my copy of Wireshark, but I'm going to go ahead and start a new one, and we're going to call this Wireshark Master Class. Doesn't that sound pretty cool? And then we're going to hit OK. So now we can see in the lower right, Wireshark Masterclass. At least this is just how we're going to begin in getting Wireshark set up. Now, if you notice up on top, I've got the frame number, I've got the time, source and destination IP addresses, protocol, length, and information. Now, this is where I want to start to customize things. First of all, text is a little bit small for me, so I'm going to go up to my magnifying glass. I'm going to boost that up just a little bit. And you also notice that the columns have kind of come together. They've almost collided a little bit. So I'm going to go over here to the right, and I'm just going to click my little column adjuster, and that will set up everything so nothing's overlapping. Now, another thing that I like to do, now this is a personal preference, is typically if I'm looking at the packet detail and the packet bytes, in most cases when I'm looking at protocols, I'm looking at header values that are over here on the left. And I typically have this white space that's over here on the right. So another thing that I like to do with many of my profiles is I like to put the packet bytes up here on the right. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And an important thing to learn about Wireshark is the preferences. That's where we can set up the layout and the columns and the buttons and some of the customization with the protocols, and we can do all that under Wireshark preferences. Now to get to preferences, if you're on a Windows machine, you're going to go to the Edit menu, and you're going to come down to Preferences down around this area. But I'm on a Mac system, so I'm going to go to Wireshark Preferences over here on the left. This brings up my preferences, and what I'd like to do is go ahead and go to Layout, and this is where I can set up, do I want the packet detail, packet bytes, packet list all stacked on top of each other. Depending on if I have a very large monitor, I might want to adjust that. I usually use the next one over to the right. Now another thing that's pretty fun is in a recent version of Wireshark, here I'm running 3.4.3 I believe. Now under the packet, any of the panes, you can also select packet diagram, which is pretty interesting to do.
Jesus Christ.
In fact, just to show you that or demonstrate that, I'm going to go to packet diagram on this one, and let's go ahead and hit OK. And now we can see that our screen has reconfigured, and I also have this really neato feature where I can see the actual frame layout and packet layout for the packet that I've selected. So for example, if we take a look at packet number 1, which by the way, I hope that you downloaded this trace file down in the description and you can follow along packet for packet.
Bro, this shit is fucking unusable.
What, the app?
No, just my whole computer.
Why?
It's just being a piece of shit with this slow ass internet. My computer, dude, it's impossible. It just took like 15 minutes to open the preference shit for this thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. I don't even. It's getting to the point where I'm just gonna need new hardware. I am fucked.
I think it's like the hard drives or storage, or
Shouldn't be. I mean, I've got an M.2 in.
yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, it's super fucking weird, dude. Yeah. Program's going unresponsive. That's cool. Fucking rad. Holy shit. Yeah. That's how he is.
Baby's moving.
Yeah.